everyone, my name is Jason from the IT Folk. We're an IT support company based in Fife, Scotland, and we provide business IT support to customers in our local area. We also do PC repair and laptop repair, and because of this I'm doing a video to basically demonstrate how you can get rid of any virus or malware software on your computer, any malicious software on your computer or laptop. Now firstly, I do have to apologise for my audio, the sound of my voice. My Blue Yeti microphone is off getting repaired and I'm stuck with this crappy little headset, so I do apologise for that, but hopefully I'm clear enough for you to understand what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to get started. You have basically come here because you've probably got some malware or a virus on your computer and you need to know how to get rid of it. Now, as an IT repair company, computer repair company, we get on average about 10 to 15 computers in per week, all of them with virus infections, and this is the system we use to make sure we get rid of everything that's on there that shouldn't be. We never ever send a computer out to the customer with any kind of virus lingering. So I know, because of my track record, I know that we are very good at getting rid of viruses, and that this is the proven method that we've used to pretty much eliminate everything. Now, what I will say is this will not help you get rid of the very nasty ransomware cryptography virus that's going around at the moment. That is a very brutal virus. What that does when it gets onto your machine, it encrypts all of your personal files, and the only way to decrypt those files is by having access to the original password that the scammers have used to encrypt in the first place. The only way you can get that is by paying the ransom, and even then you're unlikely to get it. I have heard of people that have managed to get the password from them, but it's a big risk, and really what you want to do is you want to avoid getting an encryption virus on your computer in the first place. The only way to do that is to make sure you have a very good antivirus program installed on your computer. And what I will say is that 90% of the computers that come into me have some of the big brand well-known antivirus software on there. These are computers that have come in infected. I don't rate those brand names at all. If you're looking for the best antivirus, and I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm trying to sell you something, but we as an IT company, we put ESET NOD32 on pretty much any computer that comes in with an antivirus program. We have over 400 customers with an active subscription with us, and we've had about 2 back in 4 years with a reinfection. So the reason you've not heard of ESET is because it doesn't advertise through mainstream media. It's done through professionals like ourselves. So I'll put a little link in the description if you are interested in that. The other thing you need, the only other way you can really defend against an encryption virus is to have a cloud backup account, because what an encryption virus does is when it gets onto your computer, not only will it encrypt all your files on your computer, if you've got an external hard drive plugged in that you've got your backups on, it'll encrypt everything on there as well. Whereas if you have a cloud backup solution, all your files that are automatically backed up to the cloud account, the encryption virus cannot get access to that account, so your files are safe. I'll put a link in the description with regards to that as well. Anyway, moving on. As I say, I don't want this video to seem like I'm trying to sell you guys stuff. I'm really here just to educate you. So what we want to do now is we want to get ourselves into a situation where we're going to tackle these viruses. If you cannot get onto your desktop because of a virus, so it's locked you out, then you will need to basically do this procedure in safe mode. And I won't explain how you get into safe mode on Windows 10. You can just simply Google it and there'll be another video there explaining. But everything I'm about to do now, you can do in safe mode, and that should get you safe mode should get you past any virus that's locking your computer down in normal mode. Another thing you will need to do if you can't get access to your own computer is you will need to download the files that I'm going to download and demonstrate on somebody else's computer, copy it over onto a pen drive, and then use these files on your own computer. Alright, so let's get started. This is the procedure we use here at the IT Folk. It's a multi-tiered, multi-layered process. There is no one piece of software out there that will tackle every bit of malware, so there is a few different programs we're going to be using, and the great thing is they're all free. So let's get your browser open, assuming you can open your browser. As I say, if your browser's infected and it's not letting you do this, then you'll need to do this on another computer that's not been infected. So the first website you're going to go to is a website called Bleeping Computers, or Bleeping Computer. Just type it into Google and it will come up, and you want to make sure that you are clicking on the right one and not some scam website that's renamed itself something similar. So it's bleepingcomputer.com, and then you want to go to the download section. If you don't see the download section in your search engine results, just click on it and go to downloads. Now the first program we're going to download here, we're going to go into the search box, we're going to download a program called Arkill. So type in Arkill and type search, and it's this one here. So we're going to download Arkill, and we're going to do it through we're going to download it from Bleeping Computer, because we know that that's a trusted source. And we're going to pause this advert, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it to a folder on my desktop, so I keep everything nice and clean. I'm calling it VR for virus removal, and there we have Arkill. Now the next one you're going to download is a program called JRT, beg your pardon. Let's see if it comes up on that. It actually stands for Junkware Removal Tool. So we're going to download that, and I'll give you a description of what each of these programs do in just a second once we've downloaded them. Pause the advert, and that's JRT. The next one we're going to download is a program called Adware Remover, and I think if we just type in DW, it'll come up. Sorry, Adware Cleaner. Beg your pardon, my bad. It's this one here. You're going to download that. Job done. Okay, now we have that, and the next one you're going to download is a program called TDSS Killer, and TDSS should bring up the search. So scroll down, it's this one here. It's the one from Kaspersky Labs. So download that. The executable is fine.
Does your skin bounce back the way?
And finally, the next one we're going to download is Malwarebytes. And that is this one here. And we want the latest version, which is 3.06. Which is there. Okay, so that is that downloading. Right, now let me just explain what each of these programs are going to do before we go any further. So continue download, let's just close that down. Alright, so where's my folder? Here it's here. So we're going to run these programs in a specific order, and I'll explain why in just a second. But first I will explain what each of these programs do. So the first one we're going to run is going to be Arkill. Okay, Arkill, what that does is it stops any malicious program that's already running on your computer that's designed to prevent malware cleaning software to run. Okay, so this will stop anything that's running that's designed to prevent you from actually tackling these viruses. So that will be the first thing we run. Second thing we're going to run is the TDS Killer, which is basically a rootkit removing tool. Rootkits are very aggressive forms of viruses that essentially hide themselves from normal antivirus programs. So we're going to do a check and a removal for that. The third thing we're going to run is Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is without a doubt the best malware removal tool on the market at the moment. The free version is absolutely fine. You can pay for their enhanced version, which monitors your system, but for the sake of this video we're just going to be using the free version. Once that's done, we're going to run junkware removal tool. That will remove any, it doesn't necessarily have to be a virus or malware, but anything that is not really good for your computer, and it does include kind of malware software. It will remove that from your computer as well. And finally, we're going to run adware cleaner, and that will remove any kind of ad related virus or malware on your computer, things like browser hijacks, things that redivert your search results, and basically cause you problems when you're browsing the internet. That's the third thing we're going to run. Finally, as I said to you in the video at the start of the video, it's important that you do have a good antivirus, and I will be running my ESET antivirus at the end of this as well. Okay, so we're going to get started. Now I will be cutting out there will be parts of this video that I'm going to cut out because some of these scans can take quite a while to run. So I'll cut out the bit in the middle of the scans, and then we'll have a chat about it afterwards. So let's get rkill started first of all, and I'm showing you this so you can see exactly what happens. So you can see with rkill, it basically, a little black window will open, and it will start running through, and it will start terminating process. Now my machine should be clean. It can sometimes disable or terminate processes that it doesn't really know whether it's malicious or not, but that's fine. It's not going to do any harm. So we're going to exit that, and you've got your little results table here as well. Now you don't need to understand what any of that says, just have faith in the fact that it has done its job, and I'm going to investigate these in a little bit longer, in a little while, to make sure that my system is up to scratch. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to run TDS killer. This is what it looks like, and it's a very quick scan, this one. If you do have a rootkit, it will basically detect it, and it will allow you to remove it. It'll ask you to reboot your computer, and it should effectively remove that rootkit. After you've done that, if it has detected a rootkit and you have ran it and it has removed it, once you've got back into your system again, make sure you just run it again just to be double sure. Okay, so in my case, good stuff, nothing found. Brilliant. Moving on to the next one. So the next one is Malwarebytes. Now I already have this installed on my computer, so actually I uninstalled it to make some space, so I'm going to install it again. It's a problem with solid state drives. Sometimes you have to uninstall things to make room for other things. And you will get the option during the installation process whether you want to do their trial of their enhanced version. I always select no. Not fully protected. Scan. We're going to move into scan. Okay, this is a new user interface. I'm not familiar with it. This is obviously their latest version, and it looks like they've already given me the trial, so that's fine. That's not a big problem. It's already blocking websites. I don't need any of their firewalls or anything like that. All I'm really interested in is the scan, so I'm going to start the scan now, and I will be uninstalling Malwarebytes after this because I don't want their trial running on my computer with pop-ups and stuff like that. Okay, so the scan is now complete. I did cut out the scan part of the video just to jump to the end. As you can see, it's picked up it's identified one threat. Now on an infected machine that could run into the hundreds. Okay, the main thing you want to do is just click quarantine selected. Now in this case it's actually a PUP that is detected, which is a potentially unwanted program. Doesn't mean it's malware, but I can see from the location. If I can actually, how do I see the location? I can see from the location. I know for a fact that is from a program that I installed. It's A Shampoo, which is a free DVD burning piece of software, and I know that it's ad supported, so I'm quite happy with that. I signed up for that. I checked the box when I installed it, so I'm not going to remove that. But you would be safe to click the button at the top and remove everything, and then click the next button, and it will then quarantine every single piece of malware that's on your machine. Okay, so that for me took about 5 minutes actually took 3 minutes 34 seconds. For badly infected machines, I have seen it run for about an hour, so just let it run and let it do its thing, and at the end make sure you click on the quarantine thing. So that's that one done. Next one we're going to move on to is JRT, Junkware Removal Tool. We're going to run that. And similar fashion to the RKill, you will get the command prompt box up, a little black one. All you need to do in this one is click on any key to continue, and what it will do is it will create a restore point so that if there's anything that goes wrong you can roll back, but in the history of using this program I've never had to do that. So again, this one will run. It could take 10 minutes, could take 20 minutes, could take an hour. Just let it run, let it get to its end. Once it's finished, it will generate you a report, and we'll take a look at that when it's done. Okay, so we've jumped ahead of time a little bit in the video, and the junkware removal tool has completed. This is just to show you what it will look like when it's done. You'll see this happening as it's happening. Now you'll get a report. Again, you don't really need to worry about anything. I'm not expecting you guys to be experts. I can see that that a couple of things were removed. This one here is probably something I picked up on Google Chrome, so it's very good for cleaning up your browsers as well. You will probably have a big list if you have an infection, so again, don't worry about it. Just know that once this comes up, job is done. Now there's one thing I forgot to mention with regards to Malwarebytes. Remember the one we ran previously? If at the end of Malwarebytes you are asked to restart your computer, which is in most cases, if you have an infection, it will, because that's how it tackles the infections during the reboot phase. Make sure you run the RKill again when your computer boots up, okay? Because that will again just stop any malicious software from preventing these the virus and malware removal tools from running. And finally, we're going to run Adware Cleaner, or Adware Cleaner, but it's basically short for Adware. We're just going to quickly install this. Agree, and click on Scan. This is normally quite a quick one, but again, it depends on the number of infections you have on your computer, and that'll tell you how. That'll be an indication of how long it's going to take. It can take some time. Alright, so another time jump. That was the Adware Cleaner completed. Unfortunately, I clicked on the OK button on completion and it rebooted my computer, so I can no longer show you the end results, but it's pretty straightforward. Once it's done its scan, it'll come up with the option to clean. Just click on clean, it'll clean all the stuff it's detected, and when you click OK, it'll force reboot your computer, so keep that in mind. And just to let you know, it did find one threat on my computer, so that just goes to show that even as IT experts are still susceptible to picking up the odd thing here and there. So yeah, just, you know, we're not infallible. There's a lot of stuff out there that that can get onto your computer. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I mean, you've now run all these tools. Your computer should be very clean. There's only one last thing that I would like to recommend that you do. Now, if you're using Firefox or Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer, I'm going to recommend that you don't use these and you use Google Chrome. If you're not using Google Chrome now, you can download it from Google directly. You will have to use obviously one of your other browsers to do that, but download that and install it, and it'll be a nice clean install, so you won't need to go through the following steps. The reason I prefer Google Chrome for this reason, there are other reasons, but the reason I prefer it for this reason is if your browser is infected, I find that Google Chrome is much easier to tackle than the other ones. Everything's dead straightforward in the settings, so you're going to need to make sure that your browser is nice and clean, and whilst the malware tools that we run will get rid of most of the malicious stuff, there can still be some residual stuff left over in Google Chrome, maybe even stuff that you've put on yourself, or you've not read the small print on a program you've installed and it's installed it, and it's not seen as malicious. So what you want to do is you want to get your Google Chrome open and you want to click on the little buttons at the top there, alright, and then you want to go into settings. In settings, there's a few things we want to do. We will first of all want to go into extensions. This is the important one because this is where the adware related stuff and malware related stuff can get itself into with or without your permission. So go through your list, delete everything by clicking the little box. Okay, everything on this list here I have added myself. I know is safe, but you will probably not be sure. So just delete everything except the Google Docs offline. All of that sort of stuff is perfectly safe to use. If you're not sure about anything on there, just delete it. Okay, and that will get rid of any of the nasties that are in there. Next thing you want to do is click on settings. You want to get into your settings and you want to go to on startup. So this is basically the behavior that Google will display when you click on the little Google Chrome icon to open up your browser. Alright, I suggest you have it on open a specific page or set of pages. Click on that tab. Now if your browser has been compromised, you may find all sorts of stuff in here, various different search engines, all that sort of nonsense. You want to just delete everything so that all you've got left is Google. You want to click on the little X button and that will delete it. If Google isn't there, you can just add it yourself. Google.co.uk, and that's fine. So now when I close my browser and reopen it, my home page will be Google. It won't be any other dodgy website. So we'll go back to settings again. The next thing you want to do, and again this is another important one, you want to go to your search engines. You want to make sure that that's just Google or a search engine that you trust. Stick with Google because at least that way you know it's going to be legitimate. I want to click on manage search engines. Now again, if you have been infected, you may find a whole host of different things in here. You may find that one of them is your default that isn't Google. It could be some sort of search related malware website. So when you basically type in a search phrase in your search bar, it'll take you to some dodgy website, some dodgy search engine. The results you'll get could be malicious. They get paid money when you click on them, or it could just reinfect your computer by you clicking on a website that's malicious and has been infected or compromised. So delete everything that's in there and just have Google as your default. Make sure it is your default as well. Okay. You can get rid of them by just highlighting over it, and again same thing as before, little X will pop up. Doesn't pop up on mine because it's the only one I've got. I've already cleared this out. Everything below that, everything in the other search engines, just ignore. They're not active, you don't need to worry about them. Click done. Okay, final thing you want to do on this is you want to go down to your show advanced settings and you want to scroll down to privacy and clear browser data. Now this one's very important, the cached image files, because malware executables can sometimes reside in the cached image files and will run when you open up Google Chrome, so make sure that that's checked. But I would recommend, if you want to be extra safe, is just check them all. Maybe not passwords and autofill data. If you visit sites regularly, that automatically your password gets put in, but if you want to be extra safe, just click them all. Make sure you set beginning of time so that it gets everything out, and then click clear browsing data. Now, depending on the last time you did this, maybe you've not done it at all. That'll depend on how long it takes to clear that out. But just let it do its thing, and that should be you. So once you've done that, that should be you. Your computer and your browser should now be clean. Obviously I have to throw a little disclaimer in there and say that I can't guarantee that. This is a process that we use on our clients' computers, on our customers' computers, to get rid of viruses. Occasionally there is something that's a little bit more sophisticated and we do need to use other tools, or we need to dig a little bit further, but 9 times out of 10 this will get rid of all the viruses and whatnot on your computer. Very important, as I said earlier, to make sure you have a good antivirus program running on your computer. I've said this already, we recommend Nod32 ESET. Links in the description. If you get it through us, we get a couple of quid, I'm not going to lie to you, but we also provide free support on it, so if something goes wrong or you're having trouble installing it, we'll help you get that sorted out. And that is basically it, guys. Just stay safe. Hopefully you've got your computer back up and running now. You've watched this video, you've learnt from it, you've benefited from it. If that's the case, please let us know in the comments section. We always love reading through our comments to see that people have actually used our tips and had good results from it. If you've got any problems, any questions, again, chuck them in the comments. We can't promise to answer everyone. We are a very busy IT company here after all, and we do get a lot of comments, so we try, but we can't answer them all. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video.